Effort on our part, and it was a very good Virginia team that really fought hard till the end, and I thought our focus was very good from the opening whistle. The execution was exceptional, and we stuck to our game plan. We took advantage. We adapted to the way they were playing defense, and I thought that it was a solid team effort. You know, and the stats may show that, you know, Kayla and Alyssa scored most of the goals, but it was the way they played defense. It was the first team we played in a long time that didn't slide to double quick, and you know, when they do that, you know, our big time players stepped up and took advantage of it. So our team understood it, took advantage of it, played a great team effort. When they did go, the other players stepped in and did a great job. So my hat's off to Virginia for getting here, giving us a tough game, and we're looking forward to moving forward.
Questions for the coach?
Coach, you know, after the last couple of games when Alyssa and Kayla were kind of shut down a little bit, you know, how big is it to have them, you know, get on this roll right before the national championship game?
Well, like I said, I think you know, they're on a roll because that's what they gave us today. They decided not to double. They didn't really shut off. They said we're going to put our two best defenders on them. We're going to let them play. We're going to play against them and see what happens. And right from the beginning, you know, they gave us those opportunities, and we went after it. And we were actually a little surprised, I think, that they didn't double and they didn't go quick. We prepped for that as a quick double team, and you know, when we realized they weren't doing that, we said, hey, you two, take the ball, get it done.
Piggyback off of that a little bit, what was kind of your reaction to not seeing the double? And the other question I would have is just what's it like getting back to the title game?
Well, I mean, not having a double team is just something we haven't faced in a while, so I think maybe that's why they tried to do it. But it was just something different, and I think Treanor and I work well together when they're not doing that. We know that we can use each other and that sort of thing. And then girls coming off the stack on the weak side were also there a couple times. I know Amy scored a big goal coming off a stack, and back to the championship is a great feeling. I mean, this is what we work for all year long, and we're here, and we really had to focus today to get the job done, but now that we're here, it feels great.
Kayla, how does it feel like coming back and you know, today and play so well?
Just a reflection of our offense and the work we've put in all year, and I think we executed really well today. And you know, our offense played really well, I think, and we just finished the ball.
Listen, Kasey, what does it mean to you guys to get back to the title game after, you know, losing Northwestern a couple years ago? What happened last year? You get one more crack at it.
I think it's really exciting. I mean, what team wouldn't be excited to be back in this position? We've been looking forward to this all year, and you know, this has been our big goal, and it's kind of nice to be able to just soak this moment in and go into the game and play hard.
Yeah, just another chance to play the game you love with all your best friends.
Coach, can you talk about your defensive effort tonight? Obviously, as impressive as your offense was, you guys really picked it up on the
Like I said, that's kind of what I meant by solid team effort earlier, is that our defense, you know, when they did have the ball, especially in that first half, they held them, you know, the 3 goals is exceptional, and we've done that a few times this year, and it's just the energy level that the defense brings, and the midfielders in the D midfield, they get after you and they put the pressure on, and you know, I thought they just did an incredible job causing turnovers, getting us opportunities to build a lead. When you score once, you don't get the draw, the defense gets it back for you, that's huge. And those are momentum swings. They turn into 2-goal swings when you get a turnover and you go down the other end and you put it in the back of the net. And that happened several times in the first half and in the second half as well.
Sorry, Kasey, from your perspective, you know, kind of going off that, what were you seeing defensively that was working so well for you guys?
I think this was the best team defense I've seen our defense play all year. You know, a lot of players that don't get recognition. Liz Harbison making huge plays today. Maddie Hubel making huge plays. We had 2 backers on the field, you know, and that was their first kind of swing at playing backer, and they did a great job. So I think it was definitely a complete team defense, and it showed that we were playing as a unit.
for Kasey and Alyssa, how much do you what can you kind of take from the experience of having been in this spot 2 years ago and apply to this, or is there very little that you can really apply to?
Well, I mean, we as seniors and the junior class can kind of show like that there's no need to have nerves. Like we've done all the preparation we can do at this point. You know, we only need to execute now. So I think being there definitely helps. But we've played in so many big games from the freshmen to the seniors. We've experienced playing against the best teams in the country over and over and over again. So I think we just got to play.
Coach, you don't know who you're going to face yet, but you see both teams once in the regular season. What can you expect on Sunday?
Well, it's been an incredible year. I think, like it's been mentioned before, we played every team that made it to the Elite Eight in the regular season. So we're truly a tested team that's played the toughest schedule in the country. And you know, both the teams out there playing are exceptional teams, and you know, we're just looking forward to, you know, either getting a second shot or a third shot. You know, if it's Northwestern, we get a second shot at them, and if it's Maryland, you know what, third time hopefully be a charm.
Any other questions?